Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 4.8 Notes, Day 2. Today we're going to be talking about writing quadratic equations in vertex form. Our learning target today is to be able to write the quadratic equation in vertex form of a parabola when given its graph. So when writing an equation of a parabola in vertex form, there are two things that we need. Number one, we need the vertex, okay? Remember the vertex is h comma k. And then we also need the value of a, okay? And remember the value of a, that is the pattern of the graph. So that a is the pattern, okay? So our pattern right here, and then the vertex h comma k, h and k. Remember that whenever we're taking the h, we always have to take the opposite, all right? And one key thing, when you're writing it, don't forget the square, okay? If you forget that square right there, you're turning it into a linear and not an quadratic, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and look at number one. So the first thing that we need is the vertex. So boom, there's our vertex. Well, that's the point, -3, +5. And I'm not done yet because I need the pattern, I need the A. So how do I get from one point to the next? Well, I went down 1 over 1, down 4 over 2. So that's my A equals 1, but is it positive or negative? Good, it's negative, okay? So we'll start color coding this. So my A is 1, and then my vertex is -3, 5, okay? So as we start to write this in, okay, function, it doesn't really matter. We'll just call this one f of x. So f of x equals -1, that's my pattern, x. I take the opposite, so it should be minus, but it's going to be the opposite of that, so it's going to be 3. Don't forget it has to be squared, and then +5. Okay, so y equals -1 x, -1 parentheses x plus 3 squared +5. All right, number 2. Okay, so we look for the vertex first. Boom, there it is. And my vertex, that is the point, +4. And then we had to go down 6. And the next is, what is our A? What is our pattern? Well, it's not 1, 1, it's up 1 over 2, up 8 over 2. Okay, so remember, find that pattern. 2 over 1, 8 over 2. That means it's A is 2. Good. And guess what? Now we can go. That's all we need. So let's see, that was F, so we'll be boring, and we're going to call this one G. So G of X equals A, and then it's always X minus, so I'm taking the opposite of a +4, which is a -4, squared -6. Okay? Vertex is the key. Vertex is the first thing we need to find. And my vertex is -2, +6. After we look at the vertex, I need to find A. It's negative because it's going down. and then just find your points. We've only talked about 2 patterns, so you can kind of figure it out right away. Down 2 over 1, down 8 over 2, so that's a -2 pattern. So my function h of x equals -2, and it's going to be x plus 2. Remember, it's got to be squared, and then that is a +6. Okay, so what I want you to do is see if you can pause the video, see if you can find the vertex, and see if you can figure out what the pattern is, and then we'll write it together. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and good luck. Okay, so you should have gotten 2, -7, and then a equals 1, because I'm up 1 over 1, up 4 over 2. Okay, so let's see, we did f, g, h. We can do I of x. I know, doesn't that look weird? Let's make it a j. So j of x equals 1, that's our a, x, remember it's x minus, because it's the opposite of 2. Don't forget that it's squared, and then -7. Okay? Okay. So remember, find your vertex, find your pattern. The vertex is -5, -1, and then our a, we're going down 1 over 1, down 4 over 2, that's the -1 pattern. Okay? So we'll call this one k of x, -1. And then I have x, and it's a -5, so I take the opposite, so it's a +5 squared. Oh, let's make that look like a square. And then it's a -1. All right, number 6. Vertex, what is it? Yeah, it's 1, -1. And then what's the pattern? Good, +2. Okay, so m of x equals, the a goes out front. It's going to be x minus 1 squared, and then -1. All right, how do you guys feel about that? All right, just remember that all we're following this pattern up here, f of x. A is our pattern. And the h and the k right here, that's the vertex. Okay? That's all we're doing. So now, use the graph to identify the information from the graph if possible. So axis of symmetry. Well, remember that the axis of symmetry goes through the vertex. Okay? So if we draw our axis of symmetry in here, that's x equals 2. Now the next thing it's asking for is, what is the y-intercept? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here, it's nice because we can actually see the y-intercept. If we didn't see the y-intercept, you would have to plug in to figure it out. Well, Mr. Grice, how would I plug it in? Well, to plug it in, you'd have to figure out the formula, which is the next thing that we have to do. So when we're looking at the formula, we need, once again, we need the vertex. So this is 2, 4, and the pattern is a equals -2. Okay? So we have f of x equaling -2. It's x minus 2 squared. Sorry, I'm really emphasizing that we have to square it. And then plus 4. Okay? Well, guys, that's it. We had a quick video today. Hopefully you don't have too many questions, but if you do, come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We'd love to help you out. And then the homework is graded. Okay, so make sure you're showing all your steps. All right, if you need help, come see us. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2, Unit 4.8 notes, Day 2. Thanks for watching.